Most entrepreneurs don't even know that 96% of businesses fail within the first 10 years. 4% will survive, and of those 4%, we don't even know how many of those are actually happy or fulfilled and how many are profitable. We just know that they exist. My background consists of 8 years working for 2 different investment banking firms and 10 years building 3 different companies. 2 of them we were able to exit through private equity. I'm Billy Fowler, creator of the Magneto process. Magneto was built out of pain. I had finished my first private equity transaction and building my first company. And just like you, I built it with all the blood, all the sweat, all the tears. I just didn't realize why I had to go through so much trouble, so much tribulation, so much trial, so much error. Why couldn't someone just tell me exactly how to build it? However, I know you can't have an instruction booklet that can tell you exactly how to do it because each one is unique. What you want is different from what I want. Your vision is different than my vision. Your mission is different than my vision. However, I knew there had to be a way that you could take someone's mission, vision, passion, purpose, and values and sync them up with, let's call it the 7 main areas of a business. What should a business focus on? And I thought to myself, if I could just have a step-by-step way on doing it, but it was unique to me, then I knew I could go help others. And so what I did was I sat down and I wrote what became today the Magneto process. And I say it came from pain because of what I had gone through. And during that time, as I was going through trials, let's say, and tribulations, I started to blame others. I started to criticize. I was criticizing myself. I was blaming myself. I was blaming others. I was even starting to play the victim mentality. That it was something with the economy, because I was the first one I built during 2008 and 2009. And I realized it's not about the economy. It's not about the other people. It's not about your partners. It's not about whether somebody stole something from you or what it is. You're responsible for who you are and what you're trying to bring out. So if the Magneto process makes sure that you're always staying true to who you are by staying true to your mission, staying true to your vision, your purpose, your passion, your values, and most importantly, your why. So as we take all of those areas that are there and you start to design your business step by step by going through the 7 main areas, you will always have congruency and consistency in building it exactly how you want according to your vision. Because your vision is so clear in the beginning, and then every time you're trying to design your strategy, your culture, let's say your budget, cash flow, designing who the market is, who's this niche focus that you want to have, you're not going to cut corners. You're always going to stay true to who you are. When we work with companies, part of what we do, or even if you do this at home, is you have to build out budgets, cash flow, cash management, right? You have to be able to project what is this currently happening in my business, and what does this business look like in 3 or 5 years? Joe Liu, brilliant man, is a financial engineer, one of the best that I've ever seen. And he has a degree in computer science. Joe's background is very interesting because he comes from the opposite of where I am. So I come from the sell side, they call it. Joe's on what you call the buy side. The way that he's able to combine his financial acumen along with operational optimization. He brings something very unique to the table at Magneto. You know how you're sitting there and you're thinking about, I know exactly what this is going to look like. I know exactly how this is going to impact people. And the part that you're getting excited over right now is you're thinking about, oh my goodness, look at all these people that are going to be so excited to be involved with my product. Now imagine if others come in and they tell you, this is what you have to do in this area, and this is what you have to do in this area, and this is what you have to do in this area. And all of a sudden, this beautiful vision you have becomes just a construct of silos. That for me would be a nightmare. And I experienced that. And I said there had to be a better way. There had to be something better, that I could always keep my heart and my head attached to each other, that I could be congruent with my principles, I could be congruent with who I want, and that my feet and my mouth would move in the same direction. And that's what I started, that's what I designed. That's what I sat down and wrote. And there was so much anger that was going through me at that time because I had experienced this tremendous amount of pain. I just felt this weight, and I said, nobody else should go through this. Nobody else should have to deal with this. And I sat down and I wrote. And I wrote this out for 43 days. And I used a lot of research. So it's evidence-based. I used a lot of what I learned from mentors prior to me that had built businesses and sold them. I had also used experiences that I had had when I worked at 2 different investment banking firms. I used the experience I had when I was involved after selling one of them to a private equity firm and my experience with that. And I came up and I realized that there was a way, a better way, to build a business according to your dreams, to your visions. Build a business on your terms, not on thinking that everybody else has the answers. No, we found a way how to synthesize all your dreams and all your visions into the business on the business you want and how you're going to build that, focusing on those 7 main areas. Crystal Thomas brings such beauty and elegance to Magneto. Her genius lies in mindset and culture. She's a phenomenal writer, somebody who didn't have a business background whatsoever into building her first business and effectively helping the lives of many, many, many people because she lived with such a strong why. What she does with Magneto is that she helps us to pull out that why from each of the clients. What I have seen is that there's 7 stages that you should be going through. And you start with idea, and then you move into concept, and then you have to prove that concept. You have to show the efficacy of what you're doing. And then you move into replication. We're going to repeat, reproduce, reduce anything that's there. You're working on repeating and replicating processes, people, systems. And then you move into scaling your business, however you want to do that. There's multiple different ways of scaling a business. There's train-the-trainer model, there's franchise models, there's corporate locations, there's e-commerce. There's plenty of ways to scale it. One part that entrepreneurs do miss is making sure they're replicating a lot of their process, their people, their systems, putting those in place so that you can scale. And then the last 2 is cash flow, to make sure your company is self-sustainable and that it's cash flowing. And what we like to use, self-sustainability. And then the big show event. The big show event is just something fun I came up with when I really wanted to say, okay, what is something, when I built my first company, it was my baby. I was like, nobody's going to touch this. It's going to be mine, and I'm going to do this. And someone said to me, what are you going to do about an exit or sell it? I'm like, no way. This is mine. And then I realized that if I really wanted my mission and my vision to reach the masses and really have the effect that I knew I wanted and why I was waking up every day, I had to have that exit strategy. That exit strategy allows me and allows others to really see how your product, your service, your dream, your vision can really start to fulfill itself. And what's more important than absolutely living your day every day fulfilled, knowing that you have done your job by getting out your product or your service to the masses. So what we do with the Magneto process is the mission, the vision, the passion, the purpose are all being tied and tested against those 7 main areas we just talked about. And then we run you through the 7 stages to see where you are. Are you in concept? Are you in proof of concept? Are you in replication? And make sure everything's there so that you can get to your big show event. At Magneto, myself, Crystal, and Joe complement each other so well on each of our different skills that we bring to the table. For instance, Crystal Thomas. She brings such beauty and elegance in the way that she knows how to work on mindset with the clients and us as a team, the way that she knows how to build and design a culture, which she has done effectively in the past, and her creativity, when she can creatively work through the problems that a lot of times we cannot see. Joe Liu brings a skill that not many businesses have whatsoever, which is financial engineering, or what we would call an analyst. Somebody that knows financial numbers so well inside and out that he's able to articulate his art into a spreadsheet that allows companies to see exactly where they are and where they're going. He has this background in computer science, which means he's not afraid of looking at creating algorithms and looking at codes whether it's on technology or it's on financial models. The three of us are able to effectively work together because of the complementary skills that we have. When you work through the Magneto process, we're going to be able to extract your mission, your vision, your passion, your purpose, and your values, and make sure they're always congruent with what you want, where you want to go, and how you're designing your business as you go through the 7 stages and you go through the 7 main areas.